Bonnie Barron with the latest from the Court TV News Center. President Bush is warning Americans of difficult days ahead in Iraq, but promises progress will continue. The president met in the White House today with 6 Iraqis who had been tortured under Saddam's regime and promised the men democracy will soon belong to the Iraqi people.
I assured them we have a plan to help Iraq achieve free elections. We'll transfer full sovereignty. They were pleased to hear that America will stay and help with security. We will continue to work on reconstruction matters. I assured them I will continue to ask the world to help.
President Bush has pledged to demolish Abu Ghraib prison as a symbol of a new beginning for Iraq. The top U.S. commander in Iraq, General Ricardo Sanchez, will be replaced this summer. Government officials say removing Sanchez is just part of the normal rotation and has nothing to do with the Abu Ghraib prison abuse scandal. Commanders are usually kept in the war zone for about 1 year. Sanchez has been in Iraq for 14 months. The Army's Vice Chief of Staff, General George Casey Jr., has been considered a possible replacement. Lawyers for a U.S. soldier accused of abusing prisoners in Iraq will be asking for her confession to be thrown out. An attorney for Army Private Lindy England claims her client was under pressure to talk, even after she asked for an attorney. England is one of 7 soldiers facing military charges in connection with abuse at Abu Ghraib prison. Former New York Stock Exchange Chairman Richard Grasso says politics is behind a lawsuit over his $187 million compensation package. In an op-ed piece written in the Wall Street Journal, Grasso says, quote, "Politics and law are a bad mix. New York Attorney General Eliot Spitzer's decision to intervene in a commercial dispute between the New York Stock Exchange and me over my compensation and retirement benefits smacks of politics." Spitzer says he will ask for the return of more than $100 million from Grasso. Grasso says he plans to countersue. California Supreme Court justices have grilled attorneys from both sides on whether San Francisco should have given marriage licenses to gay couples. The issue is how much leeway local officials have in interpreting state laws. And joining us now from outside the courthouse is Court TV correspondent Beth Karas. Hi, Beth.
Good afternoon, Bonnie. Well, this morning in San Francisco, California, the California Supreme Court heard 2 hours of arguments on what we've been terming the gay marriage controversy. The court had 2 cases before it challenging the authority of the mayor of San Francisco to declare a state law unconstitutional and then remedy the situation, what he considers to be a problem, by issuing marriage licenses to same-sex couples. It's against the law in California for people of the same sex to be married. California law clearly states that only a man and a woman can be lawfully, validly married. Well, the court heard argument today on a very controversial issue, something that other states have taken up. The Commonwealth of Massachusetts has now made same-sex marriages lawful after a court had declared a similar law in Massachusetts unconstitutional. Mayor Newsom took a different route, declaring himself the law unconstitutional rather than a court doing so. So the court is limited in what it's going to be deciding, that is the authority of the mayor to do what he did, but may take up the broader constitutional issue later on, because there is a case pending in the courts that may wind its way up to the California Supreme Court. And in today's argument, a very active bench of 7 justices asked a lot of questions that went beyond just the authority of the mayor to do what he did or lack of it, and did touch on some of the constitutional points that I suspect this very well-informed court thinks that it will be hearing in the future. Now, while everything was very civil inside the courthouse, there were demonstrators outside the courthouse after the 2-hour argument today. And again, things were pretty peaceful outside, but at one point it did get a little heated with the protesters, and that is when, during a press conference, a man named Randy Thomason stepped up to address the people assembled outside, and he's the executive director of a conservative organization called the Campaign for California Families. And when he got up to speak, we could barely hear what he had to say because people against him, those in favor of same-sex marriage, were heckling him. Let's listen.
As a Californian who voted for Proposition 22 4 years ago,
are you a California resident? The rights of Californians need to be protected. How many people voted for Proposition 22? 61.4% of the state.
38.2% voted no, and a vast majority of the people of the city and county of San Francisco voted no.
Randy Thomason also has a lawsuit pending against the mayor of San Francisco, Gavin Newsom, as well as the city and county of San Francisco, again saying that the mayor didn't have authority to do what he did. But that matter has been stayed pending the one brought by the state of California, the one that was heard today, that was brought by the Attorney General Bill Lockyer. Now, the court has up to 90 days to issue a decision. A decision could come out sooner than 90 days, but they could take all 90 days if they want to. So we may not know what the court will do for the next 3 months.
All right, Beth, thank you very much for that report. That's Beth Karras reporting live from San Francisco. Stay with Court TV as we will continue to bring you all the latest on the gay marriage controversy. And that's all for now from the Court TV News Center. I'm Bonnie Barron. Both sides with Kimberly Guilfoyle, Newsom, and Vinnie Politan will return after this short break.